Hello and welcome back. In this video we are going to be using Canva to design a YouTube thumbnail. First of all, we need to choose which video we are designing a thumbnail for. So as you can see here, I am on my YouTube dashboard, and the video that I want to design a new thumbnail for is this one down here called the best WordPress SEO plugins. So I'll just click onto this video, and as you can see, this is the video that we want to design a new thumbnail for. So let's open up Canva and begin the process. So what I am going to do first is go to the Canva dashboard and I'm going to type in YouTube. And then what I'm going to do is click onto the option called YouTube thumbnail. So here we go. From here we can either start from scratch and create a blank file, or we can have a head start and use a ready-made template that will look brilliant for our design. Now, I think what I'm going to do is use a template because it saves time, and the templates have some awesome designs which are already laid out. So what we need to do is just scroll through these templates until we find one that will fit our particular video. So you can do this as well. You need to find a template which is relevant for your YouTube video and will also stand out on YouTube so that people want to click onto it. So let's have a look what we have here. There are many different options for you to choose from. I actually really like this one here, so I might actually use this, but I will keep scrolling just for a second to see if I can find a better one. I do also like this one and this one down here. I like all of them, to be honest, but I think actually this one here is going to be perfect. So let's select this template. And here we are, the project has been created and the template has already been added in for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is give myself a little more space by closing this panel on the left by clicking this little button here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is change the background image for this design. So what I need to do is open Photos, and I need to find a relevant photo for my video. So we are creating a thumbnail for the video titled The Best WordPress SEO Plugins. So we can make a few different searches to find the perfect background image, but first I'm going to search for SEO. And then I'm just going to have a look at a few of these different images. Ideally, we do not want one with text, so let's just keep scrolling until we can find the perfect one. This one down here could look quite nice, so I will drag it in. That actually looks really cool. What I could do is change the colors so that it's not pink. So I'll click onto the image and then I'll go to Effects. And then I'm going to go to Duotone. And let's click onto this blue one. I don't think that looks very good actually, so I'm going to choose a different one. I think this light blue peppermint could be good. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So now we have the background image already created. The next thing I'm going to do is remove the logo, which is the default logo in this thumbnail, and I'm going to add my brand's logo instead. So what I'm going to do is go to Uploads, and then Upload Media, Upload from Device, and then I'm simply going to select my logo, which is this one right here. And now I'm going to let it upload, and then simply drag it into the file and make it much smaller. And then I'm going to remove the default one, which is already here, and then put mine in its place. I might just make it a little smaller. 80 by 80 sounds good. And there we go. So we have now put our own logo into the thumbnail design. I'm actually going to try this with another style of my logo as well. So I'm going to go back to Upload, and then I'm going to click onto this one here, because this one has a slightly different style to it. And I think it might look a little bit better than this one. So let's see, I'll make this smaller. That's exactly the same size. I'll delete this one and I'll put this one in its place. And yeah, I think the design of this logo looks a lot nicer than the one we just used. So this is the one that I will be using. Now what I'm going to do is edit the text. So first of all, I'm going to edit the main text and simply replace it with the title of my video. To keep it simple, I'm just going to copy and paste it. There we go, that's absolutely fantastic. And then at the top here where it says, Let's Talk Money, I'm simply going to replace it with WordPress tips. So this could be a new little series we do on the channel, and it will be called WordPress Tips. So within the WordPress Tips series, we have a video titled The Best WordPress SEO Plugins. I think that this looks absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to edit this text slightly. So I'm going to select it. And then what I'm going to do is increase the letter spacing slightly. I think that is better. And then I'm also going to have a look at different fonts, but I might not necessarily change it. I'm just going to see what it looks like in a different font. Now this new font has made it a bit too big. So I'm going to make the text slightly smaller. And I think I'm also going to have to decrease the letter spacing a little bit just because I increased it a bit too much in the first place. There we go. Now I think that that looks a lot better than it did before. So I'm also going to change the main text font as well. So I'm going to click onto it and then go to fonts, and I'm going to go to this one over here. And I think that this looks good. I'm just going to make the text a little bit smaller. So instead of 76, it's going to be 72. There we go, that fits in. Although I think it would look better if SEO and plugins actually fit into the same sentence. So I'm just going to make the text a little bit smaller once more. I'll try 68. There we go, that's perfect. Now what else can I do to improve this thumbnail? I think I know what could do it. So what I'm going to do is move all of this text down. I think it should be a little bit higher than this, just not all the way to the top corner like it was before. How's that? There we go. I think that that looks much better. And then I have a couple more ideas on how I can improve this thumbnail. First of all, I'm going to click onto the text, and then I'm going to see if it looks better when it's not bold text. Yep, I think that that looks a lot better. And then I'm also going to change the color of this element behind the text as well, because I don't think that the green really fits this thumbnail. So what I'm going to do is make it the same color as my logo down here, which is my brand blue just here. And I think that looks much better. So then I'm also going to do the same thing with the next green over here, and then also the last one here. So I think that this looks much better, although something still isn't quite right. So I'm going to click onto the main background image once more. And what I'm going to do is click onto effects again. And I think that the original effect I selected isn't quite right. So I'm just going to select a different one to replace it. So first I think I'll try cherry. That is quite cool. I like the red, but I think it's a bit too dark. I don't like that one. That one's quite nice, but it's not quite right. Let's see what we have here. I think that this one's a little bit too bright, and so is that one. So let's see what else we have. This one fits in quite nicely, but we can see what else there is available. I don't like this one. Let's see what else there is. No. The mono one is quite cool, but I think it might be a bit too dark. This one's quite good, dusk. In fact, I think that that might be the one we go for. So here we go. This is the thumbnail that we have created using Canva. I think that it looks absolutely fantastic. Although one thing I'm going to do is select all of this and make it all a bit bigger. I think I'll make it quite a bit bigger, to be honest. I'll go all the way up to 700 wide. There we go. And then I'll move it up a little bit more. In fact, I'll move it back up to where it originally was. I think it didn't really fit the top left corner when the text was smaller, but now that the text is a lot bigger, it fits in the corner quite nicely. And then the final thing that we need to do is retitle this project. So what I'm going to do is copy this text here and simply paste it in as the title. So there we go. We have now successfully created a YouTube video thumbnail using Canva. All you need to do now is download your file and then upload it to your YouTube video so that it is live on YouTube. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. I will see you in the next one. Once again, thanks and goodbye.